right, here comes part 2 of the multi-denominational hunt. Just like before, we'll start with the dollars here, quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. So let's just get into it. Let's start with roll 1. I'll bring you in if I come across anything cool. See you in a second. All right, the only thing found in the dollars was a 1994 Canadian. Let's get into the quarters. All right, the quarters were no contest to part 1. We have a 2010 Yosemite, 2012 Hawaii volcanoes. I have 2005 Kansas. This one here is the spitting, sneezing buffalo. So you see the die crack coming out of the mouth nose area here and under here. And on this one, this is actually a pretty decent one. You have an In God We Rust, and that T is almost completely gone. So that's not bad. We'll hold those two aside. Let's get into the dimes. All right, the dimes had a rough go of it too. We have a 2009 Philly, and I have a 2000 off-center strike. So we'll put that under the scope. You can see how thin the rim is over here. When we swing around, it gets much thicker. Could also be a tilted collar. We have this side. If I flip it over, we have the same thing on the other side. Much thinner over here. And as we get back to this side, it gets thicker. So we'll hold these two aside. Let's get into the nickels. We're gonna need, I don't know, V nickel, 1950D, something to catch up to last hunt. All right, see you in a second. Not a single find in the nickels. Let's get into the cents. See you in a second. All right, here's our finds from the penny hunt. We have a 1975 Canadian, 76 Canadian, and a 78 Canadian. Found a decent condition 1960D large date, a 1955 Wheatie, a 1958D Wheatie. I got two finds. I have a 2004 DDR. You can see right in here, it's a pretty strong doubling. And then we found a 1911 wheat cent. Very worn, but 1911 nonetheless. I think that's a book filler. Like I said, I mean, this thing has been through the ringer. But it's a find. All right, let me get the wrap up set up. I'll see you in a second. Here's our finds for our multi-denominational hunt part 2. For the dollars, we had a Canadian dollar. Let's see. I spun that the wrong way. 1994. Low mintage quarters, 2010 Yosemite, and a 2012 Hawaii volcanoes. For the errors and varieties, we have a 2005 Kansas, spitting buffalo, spitting bison. We have an In God We Rust, 2005 Kansas. We got a 2009 Philly dime and a misaligned die, 2000P dime. I'm sorry, that's an off-center strike because it's both sides. For the cents or pennies, we have a 1975 Canadian, 1976 Canadian, and a 1978 Canadian. We have our decent condition 1960D, large date, a 1955 Philly Wheatie, 1958 Denver Wheatie. We have our 2004 DDR, and I'd have to say the best find of the hunt is this 1911 wheat cent. All right. If you enjoyed this hunt, which wasn't as good as the previous hunt, please subscribe. If you find yourself coming back to watch the videos, hit that notification bell. You get notified on all of my videos that'll be coming out. I try to drop a video daily. And please hit that like button. See you on the next one.